everybody, and happy Doula Week. I'm so excited. And I've been thinking about what I want to talk about when I say hello and happy Doula Week to everybody. And people often ask me that. They say, oh, you've been a doula for like 19 years. What would you say about the doula work, and doula world and the doula profession? And I'll tell you, what I will say is that we should be giving ourselves a little pat on the back and congratulating ourselves for the work, the very, very important work that we have done and that we keep doing. And, I know some of us question the idea of doula and profession together. When we think about this role, of course, the role is as ancient as time, as there are people on this planet. And it was always, people surrounding people through birth, pregnancy, birth, and early parenting. And that work was not considered a profession, and I like that it's a profession now. I like that it's something that people who don't have that community are able to avail themselves of. I think it's really, really, really important work. And I think the work that we've done is really important in growing it and making it more accessible for people and making it more diverse. We just did a post recently talking about summarizing what all of the different programs are happening in the United States per state. The ones that are advancing doula work and providing Medicaid reimbursement for doula work. And I think there's a lot of really wonderful things happening all over the world. So what do I have to say about World Doula Week? And first I want to say, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And I know sometimes some of you feel like we're doing the work, we're giving so much of ourselves, and we feel like things are changing slowly. And what I want to say is yes, sometimes things do have the perception that they're changing slowly, but they are changing. They are improving in many ways, and in big part because of the work that we do. So, marathon, not a sprint. If you look at it over years, which I have the luxury of having been doing this work for 19 years, I get to see things over a long period of time. I see change. I've been traveling lately we had a training happen in Guatemala, which was beautiful. And, when I talk to people, they say, oh, what do you do for work? And I say, I'm a doula. And I used to always have people say, what is that? And then for a while I had people say, is that like a midwife? And now I have people say, oh, cool. Yeah, we had a doula when we had a baby, or I definitely want a doula when I have a baby. And I love that. And maybe that's happening in your area and maybe it's not. If it's not, that's okay. You've got a blank slate. You've got a blank canvas to paint what the future holds, And so don't be intimidated by that or overwhelmed by that, just like a little bit at a time. What I want to talk about today is my favorite thing about doula work. And I was talking to a friend today or yesterday, and we were talking about, doulaing. And she said, it's not what's awesome about doulaing is not really the doulaing part, it's the humaning part. We become better humans when we are doulas. And it's true. I will say about myself, I've changed in ways that I'm so happy about and so grateful for, to have worked with thousands of people and to have learned about what makes them, what makes them human in their own way, and learning as a doula to be that doula chameleon, which I talk about all the time, that regardless of our own ancestry, our own cultural background, our own upbringing, that we can become more adept humans at working with other humans. We can be better at humaning. And then we'll be better at doulaing, right? And so I think we're heading in the right direction as doulas. I think we've acknowledged and recognized that how the doula profession began in modern day history was very much too white and too middle class. And I think we're doing a lot of really important work at making sure that this work and this profession becomes and is more diverse, is more inclusive, and that there is a doula for everyone. And the doula for everyone, the right doula for someone, might be the doula that shares that person's similar upbringing or similar history or similar culture, or similar language. And I think we're doing better at that. And I know we're going to keep working on that. And there's a long way to go still, but we're on the right path, is how I feel. And so when I think about becoming, the kind of doula that I want to be, and how do I want to show up in this profession, for me is around using those same qualities that we bring to our doula work, which is qualities of non-judgment, of compassion, of support, of community, that we bring that to our profession also, that we bring that to our colleagues also. It's not an alignment for me when I see doulas who say on one hand to offer non-judgmental support to their clients and be compassionate, and then don't offer that to their colleagues. That's not an alignment. And I hope that people acknowledge that within themselves when that's happening, to make sure that they get on the right path there. But what is the right path? I had a conversation recently with some doulas that have taken training with me in the past year, and they were just talking about struggling when clients have very different views from their own. And I think that's a really normal part of being a doula, being a new doula. I think it's really normal part of being a human, is noticing when someone is making choices or decisions that don't feel good to you. It's an opportunity for growth. When someone is making a choice that really makes us not feel super great inside, it's that we hold very strongly to our own personal views. And our own personal views come from our own upbringing, our own culture, the location where we were raised, our parents, of course, the community that has influenced us around us. And those are, of course, very unique to each person, but it's not right or wrong or real or fake. Like, that's that person's reality. But if you were raised with different parents, or a different upbringing, a different circumstance, a different culture, you would have different beliefs. And so it's not that one thing is right and one isn't. And we toyed with the idea and the question of, but if I don't tell someone that what they're thinking is quote unquote wrong, then am I just supporting their lie to themselves to go along with their beliefs? And I'm like, no, you're not. That person is where they're at because of all those things we just talked about. And we're all gonna journey at our own pace. And what influences us is gonna change and ebb and flow over time. Learning something when we're 20 is gonna be different than learning it when we're 10. It's going to be different than learning it when we're 60. And we have all of those different lifetimes of knowledge, experience, influence to be able to absorb that information. And so, happy doula week, right? What's my favorite thing? My favorite thing is that the doula work, birth work, offers you an opportunity to grow as a human. And I would encourage you this year, the year 2022, in your doula career, is to allow the unfolding to begin. Allow yourself to play with the recognition of what feels off, what feels wrong, what feels like resistance to you, and approach it with curiosity. What if instead of saying, ooh, I don't like that person's choices, they're wrong, they haven't seen the research, I'm going to educate them and inform them. What if you, with curiosity, approached it with, I wonder what might make them think that and believe that? How can I enter into a dialogue that offers non-judgmental support, but curiosity, and to be able to then be the doula chameleon that can support them wherever they're at? Because who am I to be the teacher of someone else if they're not ready for the lesson? Right? So allowing ourselves this year as doulas to play with that, to know when it starts to feel like a lot for us, it starts to feel really uncomfortable, is a beautiful opportunity for us to talk to other doulas and process that, and to working on our own trauma. Maybe we have our own trauma, our own shadow work, where things are coming up for us and we're not sure why we have so much resistance, or maybe we are sure why. And it's an opportunity to work through that so that it doesn't keep having so much power and control over our ability to be a better doula / better human, right? So this year for World Doula Week, realizing that happy dueling really is happy humaning, and such a beautiful opportunity for us to grow as humans through this work. It is so powerful. And so as you think about all of the impact and the ripples that you will have on all of the clients and people in your life, I also encourage you to think about the ripples and impact that you have on yourself and your own personal human growth. And with that, I will bid you adieu. Beautiful Doula Week.